Commercial development on the UNB Woodlot is continuing to expand. Costco Wholesale has signed a letter of intent to bring its store to the city after rejecting it for 3 years. Damira Davletirova has the story.
The Corbett Center is taking shape. Big box stores like Home Depot, Pizzeria Dollarama and 2 new eateries are open for business here. But UNB is looking for more retailers. Wholesale giant Costco already signed a letter of intent to build its store on UNB's Woodlot. The dates of construction aren't set, but people in Fredericton are ready to shop there.
I go to Costco in Moncton all the time, and I'm glad that we're big enough and important enough.
It's great. It saves the travel to Moncton.
UNB made its decision to build the Corbett Center on its Woodlot back in 2005. Even though it's 1/3 complete, it has already created 500 jobs for the local people. But it's not the type of development Kerry Crowell, political science students at the University of New Brunswick, wants to see in Fredericton.
As far as the development being driven by growth, I don't think at this point Fredericton is at the point that it's growing so much that this development is needed. I think that it might be an acceptable answer if Fredericton was in such a desperate state of growing so quickly that it absolutely had to expand, but I don't think that is the case. I think that they're looking at growing and then trying to attract more people to the spaces once they've been built. So I don't think that response is necessarily the right one. But as far as the types of jobs that have been created, aside from the initial construction phases, I would argue that a lot of the jobs that they're creating are not ones that are in any sense sustainable, or jobs that are maximizing the types of graduates especially that they want to keep in this city.
The major concern for Crowell is the environmental side of shrinking Woodlot. She wrote an article to the student newspaper to flame up more discussions on how the Woodlot should be used.
Respect for nature, I don't think, is actually being observed by an administration that in some of its publications say that it actually cares about the environment and being environmentally conscious, and it's the contradiction in terms of what their advertisements say and what their actions say that to me is most upsetting and really frustrates me.
But the decision is made, the contracts are signed. For the city planner Meredith Gilbert, more work to do. She says the city has to ensure that all new businesses at the Corbett Center follow the regulations.
Heard that Costco is being pursued at this time by the developer. They would have to come in for proper approvals to ensure that zoning, the use is in accordance with the zoning, but also in the case of something as big as that or another phase of this site, we would receive a site plan. We would make sure that parking and landscaping are in keeping with the regulations of the zoning bylaw.
Damira Davletirova, Stu Journalism.